Welcome back. Everybody hates umpires. At least that's what today's guest thinks. But I'm here to tell you that today's guest just might be one of the most fun umpires the game has ever seen. I am Grayson Knight, and this is Baseball Podcasts Are Fun. A few weeks ago, I had the pleasure of interviewing two of the Savannah Bananas, which then sent me down a path of ridiculous YouTube clips that are pure joy. I encourage you all to watch their incredible in-game activity, and you'll be hooked too. And if you do watch the videos, you'll see it's not just the players that are having fun. I am joined today by Vincent Chapman, better known to one and all as the Dancing Umpire. And we're about to find out why. Welcome, Blue. How are you?
Hey, Grayson. I'm great, man. Thanks for having me on.
I guess let's just get to it. Why are you known as the Dancing Umpire?
Grayson, I started dancing a long time ago, before baseball, probably in maybe second, third grade. I started dancing and thought I was pretty good at it. Maybe got a girlfriend or two because of it. So I kept doing it. And started umpiring. I was about 15 years old. And I didn't dance a whole lot when I was younger, but once I got older, probably, year 7 or 8, I just noticed that, man, it's so much fun just to have fun and dance and let loose. And it just seems like, in between innings, it was fun to do.
That's incredible. And we'll talk about it more about we'll talk more about it in a second. But can you take me back just a few years? Where'd you grow up and how did you first get introduced to baseball?
Yeah, so I grew up in a small town called Queen City, Texas. It's northeast Texas, about 23 miles outside of Texarkana, Texas, where I currently live. I've played baseball since T-ball, played in high school, and there's a local league at Atlanta Baseball Association that they were needing some umpires, and I could use the extra money for the weekend, so I started umpiring.
So, what other jobs do you have? You said you need extra money. So, do you have like another job or a full-time job?
Yeah, that back then I umpired during the summer and also at night. I waited tables during the day at a Mexican restaurant, and the nights I wasn't umpiring, of course. But yeah, that's how I made some money, especially during the summertime with baseball tournaments and stuff.
It's on your Instagram that you've been umpiring since you were 15. Were you still playing baseball then, or did you just?
Yes, yeah, I was. I started my freshman, sophomore, in between years of high school, and then I continued playing through my senior year. I didn't go to college or anything like that. I just, I'll be honest with you, I got too fat.
What made you want to be an umpire?
I really didn't know at the time that I wanted to be an umpire. It was mainly just for extra money. It's something to do. The game of baseball is something I love and have a lot of passion for. It's my favorite sport. So it kind of kept me in the game as well after I graduated high school.
Do you remember a time when you were starting out when a coach or a parent just went crazy on you?
Oh, numerous times, Grayson. I can't even count them on my hands and toes. What you'll learn about baseball is coaches will be your best friend before the game starts. But once that first call goes against them, your friendship's over. So you learn that on that, you're not going to make the right call every time. You're going to mess up. You're going to make mistakes. We're all human. But coaches seem to think that you did it on purpose, and that's not the case.
Was there a call that you were like, strike, and you're like, oh, that's just no, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And there's also been times that I've rang up people with just 2 strikes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of embarrassing to get them a real big strike 3 call, and it's only 2 strikes on them. It was a second strike. So that's kind of a humbling moment where you can actually laugh at yourself after the game and say, man, I really screwed that up.
So your Instagram says you've managed in 3 World Series. Which World Series? Is like Little League?
They're all, it was Dixie World Series, and also a Select Ball Triple SA World Series.
Yes. I know you're talking about.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard you're a pretty good slugger yourself. I know this ain't about you right now. It's about me. So I'll keep letting you ask questions.
You talked about when you were younger, you had a job as a waiter. Do you have any other jobs right now besides an umpire?
Yeah, I do. I actually work for a company called ITNS. It's an IT company. We manage services for clients, for businesses. We also have our own phone system, and we also wholesale fiber optics. So I'm actually outside. I do business development, and I talk to business owners with the need for our assistance.
Is that job in Savannah or Texas?
It's in Texas. Yep, it's in Texarkana, Texas, and we actually can provide service anywhere in the United States. So, I mean, one day when you get famous and have your own business, I'd love to talk to you about managed services for your computers.
Mhm.
I think you'll be famous one day for sure.
Um, you have kids, right? Are any of them playing baseball or
I
umpiring?
do. They both play baseball. They both are seniors in high school this year. One starts for center field, and the other one is a fast runner, so he runs a lot for the catcher and also the first baseman. And they tend to get on base a lot, so he gets to score quite a few runs. So.
Um, have they thought about umpiring like?
Actually, yeah, that's funny you asked because my son texted me, I guess 3 days ago and said, "Hey, Dad, I think I want to umpire summer ball and make some extra money." And I said, "That's fine, but I got some gear that fits you and we can get you some shirts." So he's actually going to be umpiring for the Texas side of Texarkana and the Arkansas side of Texarkana. So, and the good thing about umpiring is there's no taxes involved. So,
Nice.
yeah.
My listeners learned all about the Savannah Bananas when Bill and Kyle were on last month. But I didn't know about you then. When the Bananas opportunity came up, what was like the tryout experience? Did you know you were going to dance?
Oh yeah. Well, here's how the whole process started. Zach is over entertainment with the Bananas, and he sent me a Facebook message, seen one of my videos that's posted on the internet, and asked if I was still dancing and umpiring, and I told him yes. So we had a couple of Zoom meetings with Jesse, the man of the yellow tux,
Mhm.
and I flew out to Savannah and thought it was going to be an audition, but I was the only umpire that showed up. So I guess I had to have the job.
Um, were you known for dancing behind the plate, or was it just something that you just hooked up to it?
No, just dancing behind the plate, not so much. It was more in between innings. Um, that way I didn't take away from the game as far as the batters and the pitchers and stuff like that. I want to, make sure that they are taken care of as far as attention wise and people paying attention to them. But in between innings, if there was music going on, I definitely danced.
How long have you been umpiring for the Bananas?
This is my first year.
Oh,
So
really?
they just picked me up this year. So this is actually the first dancing home plate umpire that they've ever had. And I think it was a brilliant idea for Zach and Jesse to actually have that idea because if not, it wouldn't be possible for the umpire with them. And this has been a dream come true for me.
I just thought of something. What does your strike zone look like?
My strike zone varies per batter. It's going to be to the knees and not the lower of the knees, which if the glove is coming up, you're not going to get that strike from me. With this league, the older you get, the strike zone kind of goes lower. So you probably heard, hey, it's at the letters to the knees. Well, professional ball players don't they like that high strike. They like it around the belt. And sometimes they don't even like it around the belt. So I would say right now with that league, it's going to be the belt to the knees. I don't call black of the plate because the black of the plate is not considered to be part of the plate. The plate is 17 inches wide. So those pitches on the outside black, I tend not to give those, except when Billy Leroy is catching because he makes me look silly because he can frame anything. I told him the other day he needs to start building houses because he's a great framer. So.
I'm sure I know the answer, but when you're umpiring in a Bananas game, are you rooting for both teams?
I'm not rooting for anybody. I'm calling the fairest game that I can. That's my job is just to call balls and strikes safe and out and do the best job I can. These guys are very, very competitive. No one wants to strike out. No one wants to go down looking. And pitchers want to throw as many strikes and get as many outs as possible. So I do my best to show any favoritism to neither team. even though deep down I have favorites that's on both teams. I got players that I like better than others, but that still doesn't change bias to my strike zone.
So you live in Texas. Do you fly over to Savannah for games each week?
I fly out on Thursday nights to wherever we're playing. So me and my wife will be flying out Thursday night, and we'll be going to West Palm Beach, Florida. And then we'll fly home on Sunday. So I pretty much stay in Texas right now on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, half a day. And then I'm gone the rest of the week.
Okay. So do the Bananas fly you, or do you fly by yourself?
No, they fly me out.
Okay.
They fly me out, take care of room and board, food, Uber rides, stuff like that. As long as I don't do too crazy, they got a budget, So I stick to try to Taco Bell and Burger King. But you see my videos, I like to eat.
Yeah. Do you do a lot of stretching or fitness to stay in dancing umpire shape?
I wouldn't say fitness, but I do some stretching. The only exercise I get from that fork to my mouth. So, but no fitness. I need to. If you talk to my wife, she would probably ask you to go ahead and set me up a gym membership.
LA Fitness.
Yeah, it's very good. I should be doing it. So I'm not a good role model for that. Okay.
Do you personally think you're a good umpire?
I do. I take pride in my job. I believe that I'm a pretty good umpire. I'm not perfect, but no one is. But I do take pride in my strike zone. I take pride in my ability to judge pitches and call safe and out. I take pride in my hustle and my ability to get in position to call the play that's happening. So yeah, I think I'm a pretty good umpire.
Do other people say otherwise, or is it the same thing?
A lot of people around my town, they prefer me umpiring their games. Not only am I unbiased, I don't see favorites, but also I'm very consistent with my strike zone. A lot of issues that you have with other umpires is the first inning they may call that high pitch, and then the next inning they may not, or it may look like one side's getting that pitch and the other side's not. So I try to be as consistent as possible. Like I told you earlier, my strike zone, I don't really care for the low ball underneath the knees and they bring it up. I don't care for that pitch, but if they stick it, if a catcher does a great job and sticks it, then you'll get that call more often from me.
Are there any other umpires? Are there any other umpires during the Bananas games? And if so, do they have fun like you out there?
I've been calling with a guy named Seth for a couple of weeks now. The only hidden strength he has is he's like a bodybuilder. I mean, and he's like so much taller than me. He makes me look like I'm a midget. So I would say that's his hidden talents. He's really buff and tall, and he's a police officer. So yeah, watch your P's and Q's, man. He might throw a banana at you.
He'll take one from me. He'll take one from me.
Yeah, you got 6 of them. Or is it 6 or 5?
5. I had to count.
5. Nice. You got one on your hat too. So actually, you got 6.
Yeah, and 7.
Yeah, you're representing,
one
man.
One on your hat. One on your hat. Yeah.
That's right. So we got 8.
How long do you want to umpire for the Bananas? Do you have any bigger umpire dreams also?
Oh, I'll umpire for them as long as they'll have me. This job is like my dream job. I love to umpire and I love to entertain. And I'll be honest with you, this is my dream job. If I could do this year round and support my family, I would definitely do it. And I would probably get in the gym because I would need to, because that's a lot of work. So.
I'll be at the game at April 9th, and I'm so excited. What's the energy like, and what can fans expect at a game?
Man, it's like no other. I can tell you and try to describe it to you, Grayson, but it's really not going to click until you get there. Just know that you'll be on your feet more than you will be on your butt. It's so the ball players they have are just like no other. Think of it like a circus without elephants. Okay, just think of it as a circus because it's going to be 2 hours of pure excitement from dancing to clapping to laughing to singing. I mean, it's just they got everything. And Jesse Cole, the owner, president, they're just brilliant. You know, he's a brilliant mind, and he's very, very, very intelligent. And I suggest that if you like to read, I suggest you get his book, the Man of the Yellow Tux. Just an awesome person. So.
You'll think of my mom or dad out here and come and dance with you. My mom will hate it, I think, but my dad has no trouble making a fool of himself. What do you think?
Can you repeat that? You broke up the first of that question.
You'll have to get my mom or dad to come out and dance with you. My mom will hate it, I think, but my dad has no trouble making a fool of himself.
Yeah, if we can make that happen, I sure will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll make sure we can do it in the VIP meeting or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it'll embarrass your mom?
I don't know. She doesn't really like to dance that much, but my dad,
Yeah.
just like I said, he doesn't have trouble embarrassing himself. Mm-hmm.
Well, man, let's see.
Yeah,
Go ahead, brother.
Well, it's another question, so you go. What?
I was just saying, if you want to embarrass your mom, we can sure make that happen.
I will tell her. I promise I will tell her. Would you be willing to give me and our fans a few of your strike and punch out calls? And for people who are listening on Spotify, you gotta check it out on YouTube to see what he's gonna do.
Yeah, you want to see some moves right now?
Mm-hmm. Show me your strike three call.
Just a strike three call?
Yeah.
All right. Let me set up the camera right quick, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. I can see you. There we go.
Yeah.
Get down.
Ready?
And in the pitch.
Hey!
Nice.
This is another good one. Like this one. Here we go.
Nice. You like pull out the sword. Boom. Punch him out.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Punch him out, man. Energy. Yeah, give it with a little enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only on pitches that are looked at strikes, not swinging.
Yeah.
If they're swinging, everybody in the stands knows they struck out. So, you don't want to show them up too bad.
What about?
But now,
what about if you throw someone out at the game?
man, I'm left-handed, and I don't even do that right because I'm so, you're supposed to throw it out with your right hand, but I'm left-handed, dude. So I'm like punching in the air, dude. I'm like, you're gone. So
Have you
I'm a mechanic.
Have you ever had to punch someone out of the game?
Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's not sad.
No.
It's not sad. They should know how to act right at a game, right?
Yep. It's
What I like to tell the coaches, hey, this is like a Kmart special. If you miss this one, you're going to miss the second one too.
mm-hmm. It's really easy. It's really easy to miss that. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Blue. I usually end my interviews with a few rapid fire questions. That's okay. You can add as much or as little information as you want. You ready?
I didn't sign up for this, Grayson.
But it's gonna be super easy. Barely any.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Here we go. Favorite umpire of all time?
Durwood Merrill.
Okay.
Umpired with him in the Texarkana chapter. He passed away about 7 years ago. If you look him up, he has a book. Durwood Merrill was a legend of baseball.
Is that the title of the book?
The title of the book is You're out of here. I believe that's right. You're out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check out both those books that you said.
Yeah, man. Jesse Cole's book and then Durwood Merrill.
Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens. Do they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
And why do you think so?
Because it wasn't just them. It was everyone else abusing the system.
Mm-hmm.
And now, if you look at it, they're not even testing. So,
Exactly.
I think they're both very good athletes, and they were good for the game. I mean, if you look at the watches on TV when they were at their prime before, and especially the Bonds and the Sammy Sosa and the McGuires. I mean, they brought fans to the games just to see if those records would be broken.
What's your biggest pet peeve as an umpire?
Biggest pet peeve would probably be the coach on the bucket that's sitting by the dugout that thinks he can see inside and outside strike zones.
Okay. Why do you think that's bad?
Because you can't see at that angle. You can't see if a pitch was inside or outside from the side. You can only see up and down. You can only see knees and letters from the side. You can't see inside and outside from where they're sitting.
What is your favorite baseball movie of all time?
What's the one with the Wild Thing? Is that Major League?
Major League, yeah.
Yeah, Wild Thing. Dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. You make my heart sing. Yeah.
Who's your favorite banana?
Oh, you can't ask me those kind of questions, man. I got several. Okay, I got several, but I can't answer that because let me answer that when I'm off tour. Okay.
Okay.
But there are several that I really like. They're all great guys. Even on the party animals, man. Don't sleep on the party animals because there's some really good athletes on that team too. Okay. So. But that's a trick. Grayson, you ain't supposed to ask me those kind of questions, man. You're trying to get me in trouble.
I don't know. I don't know what your policy is, if you even have one. If you have a policy, I cannot say.
That's like me, Grayson. That's like me asking, like, who's your favorite people in your homeroom class? Like, you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
I don't have one.
Okay.
I really don't have one. And this really doesn't matter, but there's only like 5 people in my homeroom class that listen to my podcast. So.
Okay, well, I would probably say one of those 5 then, or all 5. Hey, if they're your fans, you need to support them too.
Okay. I'm just gonna be like a shout out. Shout out to Jackson, Caleb, Akshay, Tamaki, and everybody else that listens. That guy in Germany, that guy in Switzerland.
That's right.
That guy in France.
Bam.
Boom.
Hey.
Boom. I got.
Yeah.
What was that? 8?
Yeah, that was 8.
Yeah. Shout out to all those. Shout out to everyone. And last question. Can you tell me what your favorite baseball experience has been as an umpire?
Yeah. So besides the bananas in Savannah, I did a high school playoff game last year, deciding who went to the state finals. And it actually came down to 2 home teams. So a team called Liberty Ilo and a team called Pleasant Grove. And they played at a local high school that my son goes to. It's a 5A school. There was literally over 5,000 fans there watching the first game. It was so loud, so incredible, all the emotions, because everybody knew everybody. It's just, it's a small town. It's pretty small. So all the players knew each other. They were actually 1 and 2 in district. And then whoever won that goes to the state championship. So that by far, I had to play the first game, and it was so electric. I didn't know if the fans were yelling at me or just yelling at the game. So, they could have been cussing me out, and I wouldn't even known it. So that was pretty awesome.
Vincent Chapman, the dancing umpire. Thank you so much for making time for me and my listeners. I can honestly say I do not hate umpires, and I can't wait to see you in action. Did you have fun?
Oh, I had a blast, man. Thank you, Grayson. But hey, we still got like 15 minutes, I think, right?
But can I shoot you? Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Can I shoot you some questions now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Can I shoot you some questions?
Mhm.
Okay, because you're putting the hard ones on me. It's not fair if I don't just switch it around on you, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. First question. How did your parents come up with your name, Grayson?
I don't know that, but I do know what my parents, what my dad thought my name should have been, and why.
What do you think it should have been?
Isn't it Blue? Didn't you want my name to be Blue? Yeah, he wanted my name to be Blue. I don't know why. Isn't that Blue from Rio?
No, old school.
No, Old School. That's what.
You're
he
my
said.
boy, Blue.
Oh yeah, you're my boy Blue. You're my boy Blue.
Blue.
Mhm.
I got you. See, I thought maybe he was a Sandnats fan. Yeah, I thought he was a Sandnats fan and they play at Grayson Stadium back then, where the Savannah Bananas play now. So I didn't know if he was a fan of the Grayson Stadium. So it's pretty cool to have a name after the stadium you'll be going to.
My dad just told me we lived on Grayson Court. Yeah, Grayson Court was what it's called, and that's why they named me.
Okay.
And my middle name,
Cool.
which I go by now, Grayson Knight. My dad, The Dark Knight. I was born around when The Dark Knight came out, so Grayson Knight.
Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
Yeah, your dad's got good taste, man. He's got good taste.
And now,
So
that's my name in baseball.
Do what now?
That's what my name in baseball is, Grayson Knight, instead of my actual name.
Guys, nice.
What was your question?
So yeah, my second question is I did some research on you, okay, and found out that you actually played baseball with a former major league player.
Brian
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So
Nice.
he's a two-time All-Star. He's won 2 World Series with the Giants. He got a concussion back in like 20. I don't know when it was, but like he was batting and he just got blown in the face, and he was out for like that ended his season with the Pirates. He was
Wow.
with the Pirates, and then he went back to the Giants to finish his career. And now, well, not anymore, but now he was a coach, and I was on his team. And
Nice.
and it's called North Gwinnett is where I played with. There was like a bunch of former baseball players like Brian McCann. You know Brian McCann?
Yeah, with the Atlanta Braves.
Brian McCann was there. Joe Francoeur was there. Jeff Francoeur.
Yeah.
A bunch of other people.
Nice.
Javi Lopez, on the Giants, the pitcher, not the catcher.
Okay.
Yeah, and a bunch
Not
of
the catcher.
yeah, that's
Nice.
Got another question?
So, yeah, I do. So when you play a game, do you have any sort of ritual that you do, or anything like you do something maybe wear the same socks or?
Okay. We got 10 minutes left. So, well, I do. Not really a ritual, but like when I get ready, we always do the same thing. We warm up. I warm up with my dad. We just really get ready, and every time I'm up to bat, I always you know how people like shake their cleats off or do something like maybe, like hold their hand up to signal time it's ready. What I do is I put my bat on the plate, and then I do like a V, and I just drag it whoop whoop, so I can get my left arm ready, which is my non-dominant arm.
Okay, so the V gets you lined up with the plate.
And
Okay.
so I get it here, and then just do the V, so I can, and also to tap out the dirt on the plate.
Nice. So the umpire don't have to.
Yes, I saw one of your videos where you're like putting it off, and then once you got it on, you just started dancing.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Grayson. Don't you think it'd be funner in baseball? Because here's the deal: when you make an error or you strike out, which I heard you don't strike out very often, but when you do, you didn't do that on purpose, right? Like you didn't make an error or strike out on purpose, did you?
No, I don't think most people don't. It's very
So
common
nobody.
to make an error.
That's right. So when somebody does that, the coaches are yelling at them like, "Come on, what are you doing?" And then the fans are yelling, the teammates are yelling. Don't you think baseball would be more fun if they had music and dancing umpires and just had fun during the game versus everything being so serious?
Yeah, that would be way more fun. Because when you make a mistake, it's not on purpose. It's not.
That's
It's
right.
not. Well, technically, it is your fault, but you didn't do it on purpose. And
Exactly.
it's not anything to be mad about. Or you just made a mistake, and that's just a good learning point.
That's right. Then you try not to do it again. That's right. So what do you think about leadership on a team? Do you think you're a
Um,
leader on your team?
I think I'm 100% a leader on my team because I have a few reasons, but I think I have one of the most energy on my team. And um, let's see, have fun most of the time. Uh, I really don't ever like be sad about anything. Like
Yeah.
if I'm pitching, I give up 15 runs. I'm not mad. I'm throwing strikes and they're just hitting them. That's all.
That's right. That's awesome, man. So
Mhm.
so you're a leader by example. That's
Yeah.
that's awesome. You lead by example. Everybody else will follow in. They see you doing good, they're going to help out and try to do good too. So
Mhm.
that's awesome, Grayson. I love that energy, man. Don't ever change. Okay. Always be a leader first. Okay. And know that things are going to happen. You're going to mess up. You're going to strike out. You're going to miss a fly ball. It's just going to happen.
Mhm.
But what differentiates a follower and a leader is that follower keeps his head up in the next at bat. He does his best and gets a base hit. You know what I mean? Or that next pop fly, he catches the ball and he throws somebody out of second that was trying to get back to second. You know what I mean? So keep
Mhm.
that energy, man, and can always be a leader. I think you got it in you, Grayson.
Mhm.
So I don't have any more questions, man. I
Oh,
just wanted to know a little bit more about you, and we got some time.
we got 6 minutes and 9 seconds left, and I also have a outro that I have
All
to
right,
do.
man.
Hey,
Okay.
I really appreciate it. Pretty cool to get the ump's eye view of all things Savannah Bananas. Did you have fun?
Yeah, man. I had a blast, Grayson. Thank you so much for having me. I can't. I look forward to seeing you on the 9th,
Mhm.
and I'll make sure I get you some stuff, some merchandise. Okay.
Thank
Uh,
you for taking time to do this with me. It's really a
Absolutely.
pleasure. Um,
But it's a pleasure for me and an honor for me to meet you, Grayson. Thank you so much, buddy.
you're welcome.
All
Uh,
right.
if you want to learn more about the Dancing Umpire, please follow him at the Dancing Up on Instagram or come out to see him and support their incredible Savannah Bananas. Schedule and ticket availability at their website, thesavannahbananas.com. And you can help my show by subscribing to Baseball Podcasts Are Fun on Spotify and YouTube and following at Baseball Podcasts Are Fun on Instagram. Please join me next week when we finally get the Florence Y'all's pitcher, Casey Grimm, on the show. Until then, I am Grayson Knight, and this was Baseball Podcasts Are Fun. Don't forget to swing for the fences. See ya.